For all of you that always put not another M4 down in the comment section, we've got the review for you this week. In my hands, I have the G&G, get ready for it, it's the long names again, TR16, MBR, 308. This is the SR version. There is the WH version, which I'll show you guys in a minute. They're almost the same, some rail changes is what it is, a different type of rail on it. But what matters the most is this is a 308 platform, and I know there are so many of you that were asking. I put up my IWA video, I put up my SHOT Show video, both showing you the G&G booth, and you wanted to see this. I probably thought that was the highest comment. That and then the support gun, when that was gonna be released. When are these coming out? Well, guess what? This is the final version. This isn't a prototype. This isn't one that's hanging on the wall at a show. This is it out of the box, fresh and ready to go. And I'm gonna tell you all about it, starting with externals first. So you guys have probably seen my review of the TR16 556 series, so not the 308, the bigger ones. This shares almost all the features of that, but I'm still not gonna make you click away to another video. I'm gonna tell you all about this one because you wanna know about it. Here, I'm going to give you what you're looking for. Starting on the outside, and there's a lot going on here, so grab some popcorn and sit down. You have the rail, key mod rail on this. You actually have, there's two versions. There's this version here, and there's the second version. It is Airsoft spec key mod, which helps keep the cost a little down. Very lightweight. When you pick this thing up out of the box, you're gonna think, man, this thing's gonna be heavy. It is very light. So light that they even opened up holes here in the top rail system. So those are good for lightening up the actual rail. I mean, it's a lot of things going on, a lot of detail on this rail, and they've got the SR type cut. It's kind of like the Predator style cut. Got the muzzle brake that's recessed inside. If you guys do it with a small suppressor, you can do that semi-recessed suppressor look on this. You can do it pretty much anything you want. You can add an extension if you want to get that barrel or the muzzle device a little bit farther out of the barrel. You get a lot of options on this gun. Of course, the G&G logo here on the side. Rail actually is the serialized 16 inches on this guy. It's a very long one on that. And like I said, incredibly light and a simulated gas block underneath. You can kind of see the silver of it through here. So a lot of detail, as always, going on there. On the top, flip up front and rear metal sights. Tons of rail space for whatever you want. It's a DMR, so you're gonna probably wanna put a big old fat optic on this thing. I would. Cool ambi charging handle on here to open up the dust cover, which reveals the rotary style hop up, which is what you want in a precision rifle. You're gonna want that rotary style so you can really dial in those shots very well, get that heavyweight BBs in there, everything running good. On this, you do have the magazine. We're talking about the magazine here in a minute. Fully ambi controls, lefties, righties. You have mag release, you have bolt catch, you have fire selector. The fire selector is super cool. I picked it up, I was like, oh, so excited. 45 degrees fire selector, meaning this way is safe, this way is semi, that way is full. It doesn't rotate 180 degrees. It only goes, it's like 45 degrees for semi and then 90 degrees straight up and down for the full auto. So you only have a small little flick to take it into semi, or if you need to take it from full back down, real easy to do. Custom trigger guard here, nice, smooth and contoured, kind of in there, good place to put your finger, doesn't bite. Again, great for a DMR. Finger grooves here on the ambi grip, real easy to hold, especially for long shooting. Ambi mag plate here, or ambi sling plate here in the back, so left and right. It's the big fat one, so you can put the straps through it, or you can clip into it. And of course, the G&G stocks, their new design with the swing to side back. You kind of press the button here on the top, and if I can do it with one hand, hold the gun. I'm a pro. Oh, look at that, pro status. Swings to the side, you don't lose the big, fat, comfortable rubber butt plates right in there, and you can put your batteries, tons of room down the side, and quick access to the fuse in there. Inside of here, you do have this too. I want to show you. Dean's connectors. So you have Dean's, like a Dean style, the T-style plug, ready to go with an adapter on here. You have low resistance wiring as well, fuses here in line. So you have all that. So if you guys, of course, on a premium gun, you want to switch those connectors for your battery, they're already done here. You don't have to do any soldering on your gun. Don't worry about warranty issues and all that and cutting wires and that junk. You are good to go. Also, they have the new Mosfet in here. I'm gonna talk about it more in internals, but it's the 50% smaller one, so it really fits very easily down into this tube. And of course, like I said, you got tons of extra space for the batteries. So if you're running a buffer tube style battery, you probably get a really small one in there, but you can get two down the sides. You can run a butterfly style, so 9.6, 11.1, whatever you need. No issue getting batteries in here and having both options for battery plug styles. All right, metal body upper and lower receiver, very lightweight, cool kind of built-in beefy chunky designs. Plastic dust cover, which is actually the standard for real guns these days. Even like the HK 16A5 uses a plastic dust cover in there. All in all, lefty-friendly gun. There's not a lot of reasons to have this. Lightweight for relative size. I mean, very lightweight, easy to swing around to get the next shot off. Not too long where it's unwieldy, but that nice 16-inch barrel, so you've got the extra barrel length for a little bit potentially more accuracy there, and a nice comfortable stock. All around externally pretty good, but we're going to talk about the magazine now, and that's what's next. Now this comes with, because it is a premium gun, high-end gun, they're going to expect you guys are going to run this as the DMR, a 40-round, I would call low cap, or almost real, well not real cap because it's really low. This is a very well-designed one. Gone are the days of the sticker bullets in here. These are actually 3D half-cut bullets in here, like actually real, so you look at them, not real bullets, but they look real when you look in there, they're plastic. 40 rounds on this. It does have the cut-off feature as part of the G2 mech box. So when the last round fires, you get this little follower. I was kind of pushing back down in there to get in the right spot. Push it all the way out. It bends so it doesn't snap, which I love that, so you don't break it on accident. The last shot, it's got a little cutoff button here on the back. The gun will stop firing on that moment. So you actually cut off, so you have to do a mag change and you fire it again. Adds a level of realism, also doesn't, if you're doing DMR work and stuff like this and doing precision shots, it lets you know when you are out of bullets. You pull the trigger, nothing happens, then you've got a problem. By the way, one thing I didn't talk about earlier is that trigger. It is the flat trigger. It's the really nice kind of high-end feeling flat trigger with the hook on the bottom. Another touch on that for the DMR. But if you guys aren't fans of this included 40 rounder, you want something a little more punch, they are coming out with pretty soon, depending on when you're watching this video, 110 round mid cap and 370 right now at release. 370 round high cap. So they have something for everybody's flavor. Do you want kind of a low cap to do like really hardcore DMR stuff? Do you want to do the mid cap? Or you want to go all the way in for the high cap and the high round count so you can really get all those shots off and just use this as a good old battle rifle to run around the battlefield. Switching over to the WH version here, I want to show you guys the cool flash hider. Like it's got the WH for Wild Hog, it's the same style, like a sound amplifier in the end, and a flat cut rail on. Again, still super, super, super light. This internally is using the new G&G gearbox, and that's the G2, and that's for both of these versions. So all these, whether you get the WH version or the SR version, both of those are using the new G2 mech box. In that, you guys have seen my review of it. I will put a link of all the mech box goodies so you can really get a full teardown of how the mech box works and all the features. But it has an electronic trigger system, full Mosfet inside, inline Mosfet. Like I said, it's the shrunk down version. So the first version is the full size one. Now it's half that size, 50% smaller. So it takes up a lot less space. It has burst feature, 5 round and 3 round burst, programmable trigger, all of the goodies, everything you would want from a premium mech box, quick change spring system, all of those things. It is definitely your high-end premium gun. It is that leap in technology that G&G's been advertising for a while now, and we're seeing it trickle in on their new high-end line, and of course the 308 is getting it. So if you're doing a DMR, you can actually set it up for a burst. If you want to do some burst shots, you can program it for that, or you can just do the full auto and have it for semi and full auto, so you can still do like the normal thing, just leave it in semi-auto to get those DMR requirements locked in. Oh, by the way, if you guys are going to check out that video I mentioned earlier, it is the G2H, the heavy version. It's a little bit different in the design of the mech box, has a different color trigger system in it, so make sure you guys are looking when I show you the reference photos or the reference in the video that it's the G2H, designed for their heavies. They actually have 2, or standard, and an H version for the 308 big guys. Taking it to the chrono, saw some numbers like we would normally see in a DMR. They don't want to take it too high because they still want this fieldable, but it is definitely set up for outside field limits. RPS, rounds per second, really good as well. Chrono test was all done with 0.20 gram BBs here on a chronograph, using in this case, a 9.6 battery in there. You can also, if you want a higher rate of fire, you can always throw a LiPo in this thing and rock and roll and have at it. Also, a note on the battery, I mentioned earlier, I think you may have saw the note I popped on the screen. The battery in this for US market is Dean's, but if you guys are international on this, you're gonna be picking up the Tamiya style connectors on this again. But for the US market, I know you guys have been asking for the Dean's, and G&G's listened, and that's why they've released it. All right, so guys and gals, if you've been looking for that 308 platform, the DMR, if you want something that does everything, 40 rounds, 110, or 370 high cap, you've got it. You've got the programmable mech box. You've got all the things you'd ever want in a big rifle, in a premium modern airsoft rifle. Definitely take a look at the G&G TR16. MBR 308. There's two different versions, the SR and the Wild Hog WH on the end, depending on the flavor of rail and muzzle device you want. Both of them are going to have the same specs, same shooting, all that. If you guys are interested in this gun, you want to learn more about it, check out the link below in the description. And until next time, go out, play some airsoft, have some fun. But no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.